right? See the chapter 2, HTML5. HTML5, see the chapter 2, HTML5, which is very advanced one compared with the first chapter. First chapter will deals with the chapter 4, that is HTML4. This deals with HTML5. The concept look like as similar to HTML4, but little bit of few more tags, few more advanced features, tags is added over here. Okay. Now this is the topics which we are going to talking about in this chapter. Introduction, HTML5 documentation structure, creating editable content, checking spelling mistakes, exploring custom data attributes, client-side storage, of drag and drop features, offline web applications, web communications, cross-document messaging, and the last topic, desktop notification. Hope is very interesting for you. Let me look into the concepts in detail. Now coming to the HTML5 introduction. In HTML5, I'll just focus on what are the new concepts added compared with the HTML4 is document type declaration. How the document type declaration will declare is, this is like a comments we can add in the HTML, like in the angular brackets. This is the angular bracket, and this is another angular bracket starting with exclamatory mark, which indicates is a document type. Means is a type of comment. Is a type of document type is HTML, right? Another element, interesting element is some semantic elements they added, like header, footer. Header you have already seen, footer, article, section. These are the few four semantic elements added in HTML5. And also new attributes added, not the elements but also the attributes. Attributes for the form it is added is, attributes for the form they added is, this is form is, like in the form we have a input, already you remember, type equal to. Now when you are using type equal to number, when you are using type equal to number over here, number, type equal to number, type equal to date, type equal to time, calendar, range. These are the some of the form element attributes. We have an attribute called as type, hope you remember. For that input type equal to, like we have given text, password, checkbox, radio, button itself. Now you can add this types also, number, type equal to number, type equal to date, type equal to time, type equal to calendar, type equal to range. And also it is added a few more graphics elements like SVG and canvas. Already we have seen that as well, right? So not only this, but also it is added some multimedia elements like audio, video, right? So this also be added over there. So these are the few things. And also in HTML5, a new APIs, application programming interfaces, they are added, that are HTML geolocation. The purpose of this HTML geolocation, we can directly use with the help of latitude, longitude, directly you can locate where the location of current you are. So if you give the input, if you run this program in your laptop, it gives latitude, longitude of your current position, where you are, in which town or city or village, at which position you are. Like directly, it will gives your area locations, latitude, longitude. The second API it is added is drag and drop. Like if you have considered this is an HTML page, like when we want to be, this is an image over here. For example, this is a text area available. If you want to drag and drop an image into this text box, into this text area, or into this position, into this location, you can drag and drop here. That feature also be added in HTML5 as a API. Again, local storage. Now we have seen when you want to send any request from client to server, definitely we require some backend. Now without the help of the backend database, in the browser itself, now updated new versions of the browsers will consisting some storage. There you can store your username, password, and you can check within inside, because we have a week 2 program, this local storage week 2. Local storage is there. Locally, it is stored in the browser, in the storage of the browser. And when you want to extract it, when you want to make sure to check, validate, you can use the local storage. We'll see the program so that you can understand later. Next API is application cache, and next is web workers. Application cache talks about, like already has said you, when you're downloading some video in the YouTube, it shows a download offline. So when you download it, later you are watching that, but later without internet. Hope you know this option. So later without internet, you can watch that movie or watch that video. Now, how offline, when you're not when you're not in online, how you are seeing that in the offline mode means YouTube, it will store all the supporting files which requires to run it, all the caches inside that. Later it will run from the cache. It will not store directly the total file, yeah, maybe wave file or mp4 file directly, will not be downloading into your mobile or laptop. It load only the applications caches which required to run that application. And web workers also be a very excellent concept. We have that concepts in the syllabus, we'll look into that. And as well as the HTML, the secure, the socket encryptions SSC also be there as a new API. Like now currently, most of you are seen, currently it is a HTTP, previously or is it HTTP. Right now latest is HTTPS. S stands for security. Okay. Next, what are the elements which are removed from this HTML5 is removed elements is acronym. Acronym it is removed. Instead of that, what's the alternative they introducing is ABBR, means abbreviation. Applet they removed. Instead of that, they added object. Base front they removed. Instead of they added CSS. For big also they added CSS. For center added as CSS. Direction dir we are having unordered list, that is UL. So here the font they are also removed. Instead of that, they use CSS. We have in the second area. So frames they removed, they are not replaced. Frame set, no replacement. No frames, no replacement. Instead of that, we have a iframe. Strike, instead of strike directly, they are replacing with S or del. TT, we have the table of text. Want to make some alignment of the table of text, you can use TT. They removed. Instead of that, they are using CSS, cascading style sheets. Coming to the history of this HTML, if you see the evaluation, how it goes from 1989 to 2016, the evaluation talks about here, the evaluation starting from 1989 to 2016. Initially, already have discussed, Tim Berners-Lee invented this in 1989, the HTML, for the purpose of to access the remotely the help of www. Now, later in 1991, it called as HTML. Next, in 1993, it called as HTML+. In 1995, it is called as 2.0, HTML 2.0. 97, it called as HTML 3.2. 2000, it called as XHTML 1.0. In 2008, it is called as WhatWG HTML 5. That is first public draft. Later, living standards. Only some few things will be changed in 2008 to 14. Later it called as in 2014 HTML5. In 2016, now it is in the era of HTML 5.1. So this is how the history of that HTML starting from 1989 to 2016. Hope you understand this. Coming to the HTML5 documentation structure. Document structure, already you are aware, already we have discussed this. The same thing. There is no change between HTML4 and HTML5. The document structure is common. Maybe if you are using the programming, every program starts from main. Maybe it is C or C++, or it may be a Java. Right? In the same fashion, the structure will not be changed for a programming to program. Now, as I discussed earlier in the previous first chapter, this is a title, opening tag, closing tag. HTML consists of two parts, two sections. One is head, another is body. Head talks about the title. You can add the title as well. These are all the examples we already seen in first chapter. That's why I'm just moving forward. How to save an HTML is with the help of HTML extension. Now this is starting, ending, head tag, title, body, and other sort of stuff, right? So this is about just the introduction to HTML5.